Hey guys, welcome back to Tracie's Place. Today I'm making something special for you, a classic. This is a good southern recipe. You're going to learn how to make cabbage and turnip greens mixed. Yes, this is a southern staple. So you're going to want to share this. Please share this on your Facebook and social media platforms because we want to share that. Well, if you're one that when you get a recipe and you don't like to share, you like to keep it for yourself, at least share it with someone that you know that cannot cook. Share it with your niece, your little sis, your cousin, or whatever that may be approaching that age of getting out on their own and they need to get some dishes under their belt. That's kind of a gripe too nowadays, that a lot of the young men are saying that a lot of the young ladies coming up now don't know how to cook. So share this recipe with somebody that you know and let them get some experience under their belt. All right, so you're gonna love this. We're gonna go ahead and get into this video. All right guys, let's get started on our greens. Making greens is very easy, very simple and easy. A lot of people are intimidated by them, but greens are very easy. And what you want to do is clean out your sink. Some people may use a basin, but if you use your sink, Clorox it, sanitize it really good, and then rinse it good with water. Go ahead and fill it with water. Fill your sink up with water and submerge your greens into the water. We're gonna soak them, get them washed off. All right, everybody's different. I like a little apple cider vinegar to clean my greens. Some people do baking soda. There's different methods. So just put a little in there. And whatever method you choose, just go ahead and you swish them around in the sink, rinse them, and get the stems out. All right, and after you have washed your greens, you're going to go ahead and tear the leaves of the greens off of the stem, and then you're going to give them a rough chop, and I'll show that in a second. All right, you want to go ahead and roll up about 3 large greens right here. Just make it a bundle, and you want to go ahead and slice the greens in a ribbon style, just chopping through the greens. And you want to do this until you finish your whole bunch of greens. Since we're making cabbage with our greens, they're mixed, we're going to go ahead and just slice this cabbage in half. I took off the 2 outer leaves, as you can see in the background, and I'm just going to slice this cabbage right in half and then in fourths, and we're going to remove the stem. All right, so this is a half. Just like that, I just split it right down the middle. Now I'm going to do the other half. Just going to slice it right down the middle. You really need a good sharp knife for this. And just chop it in half just like that. Alright, so you're going to go ahead and you're going to get that stem out. And you just slant your knife and it comes right out. Do that to all 4 of the cabbage slices or cabbage wedges. All right, I got the big stem out. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and cut this into ribbons basically. Just slicing down through each of the 4 wedges. I'm going to do one at a time till I get all 4 done. You cut them as long or short as you want, and I have a colander right here, and I'm just going to put them in the strainer. Strainer colander. All right guys, starting off on these delicious greens, what we have here is 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a half of a chopped onion. You just chop up half of a sweet onion, and I put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, just a dash of each. And then I took a turkey tail. This is turkey. And I just slice it up or cut it up into 4 pieces. And just sauteing it, getting some good flavor on these onions. I'll be back. Alright, after you got some color on the onions and they're sauteed and basically translucent, we're just going to go ahead and put 1 can of chicken broth into the pot. Going to bring that up to a boil and turn the eye up to high. And then also add some water. And I see that's not enough liquid, so I'm adding 2 cups more water. Alright guys, now we're going to add the onion soup mix. I'm going to add a whole envelope of that in. We're also adding 2 teaspoons of Sazon all-purpose seasoning. And you can measure this. I'm eyeing it, of course, because I'm used to doing it. Half a teaspoon of garlic. It's garlic powder. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And not even 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper. We're just going to do just a couple of shakes because not everybody likes theirs hot. So that's basically 1/8. So we're going to bring this up to a boil now. Alright, now we're going to put in half a teaspoon of salt. Close to half a teaspoon of paprika. Alright guys, you can use either sugar or honey, whichever you prefer. I'm using 2 tablespoons of honey. That's 1. That's 2. And you do it to your liking, to your taste buds. And we're bringing everything up to a boil. Alright guys, since the cabbage is a little bit tougher than the turnips, we put the cabbage in first. I'm going to let the cabbage boil for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then I'm going to dump in the turnip greens. A few of the turnips fell in with the cabbage, but that's okay. Alright, we got a good boil going on the cabbage, and I'm just dumping in the turnip greens. And you want to go ahead and push those greens down so they can boil with the cabbage. And you can turn them over and mix them up, get them down in there real good. And then you can put a lid on top, and we're going to let them go. Boiling, of course. One more tip, you guys. If you all were doing collards instead of turnips, you would put your collards in first and let them boil for about 10 minutes, and then you would put your cabbage in because collards take longer than the cabbage. Alright you guys, here is the finished product. I put them in an aluminum pan because I'm taking them somewhere. But after I got them up to a boil, I let them boil for about good 10-15 minutes I guess. And then I turned it down to like a low simmer and let them simmer for about an hour. And looky, delicious. At the end of your simmering, you can hit them with more honey or more sugar, whichever one you prefer. If you need, if you like them a little sweeter. A good Southern cook puts sugar, something sweet in just about everything. So if you need a little more, put it towards the end. All right, guys, enjoy.